It is time for us to make peace and stop the fighting. One love, one unity, got to break the bondage. No more borders around me, no more mental slavery. Bob Marley said it best, stand together and feel alright. But if we fight,
let it be for justice.
and if we war,
Let it be for justice.
at all costs,
Let it be for justice.
do what is right.
Let it be for justice.
Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. No matter what it costs, let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. Inequity, disparities, and violence. Oppression, racism, no, I won't be silent. No more barriers for we. We will thrive, prosperity. Marcus Garvey said it best, none but ourselves can free your minds. But if we fight,
Let it be for justice.
and if we war,
Let it be for justice.
at all costs,
Let it be for justice.
do what is right.
Let it be for justice.
Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. No matter what it costs, let it be for justice. 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 No matter what it costs, let it be for justice.
Let it be for justice.
We the people are from royalty. Royalty. I wish so many of us can sing. Keep the culture, be united, stop the violence. Put the power in ourselves, create the franchise. In the news last week, another bomb overseas. I'm so sick of these murders in the streets. Ooh, boy, ooh, boy, But if we fight,
Let it be for justice.
and if we war,
Greetings and salutations, one and all.
at all costs,
Welcome to the night shift to DJ. Welcome to the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew
For justice.
let it be
remix.
Let it be for justice.
How y'all doing?
Let it be for justice.
It's community and finance night.
For justice. Let it be for justice.
Son of China Nicole in the background kicking things off. A track called Let It Be for Justice.
Let it be for justice.
I normally play this song when I'm addressing matters relating to judiciary injustices. I guess tonight is not a whole lot different.
Make peace and stop the fighting. One love, one unity, got
I want
to
to say big ups to everybody locked in right now. Those from near, those from far, those tuned in from across the pond. One Harmony Radio. Top of the morning to you over there in the UK.
Bob Marley.
Sorry for the slightly tardy start.
Right, but if we fight,
I do apologize. Multitasking as usual. Got carried away. King Genius, Queen Genius, much love to you guys over there in the UK.
do what is right. Let it be for justice. Let
Blessings to the massive that are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, ClintonLindsay.com.
it be for justice.
Big up Mr. Lindsay,
Equity,
veteran in the business.
disease and violence. Oppression, racism, no, I won't be silent.
Blessings to those who are locked in out of New Jersey, NIE Radio,
We
with the motivator.
thrive, prosper.
My brother from another mother, New Jersey's finest.
They said it best, none but ourselves can free your
Not taking anything away from Symbol, of course.
mind.
With Mix102.com and their sister station out of Jamaica, Earth 96 FM. Keep up the excellent work, Symbol.
Do what is right. Let it be
Out of New York,
justice.
where this lady in the background hails from.
No matter what it costs, let it be for
Blessings to the island worldwide massive.
let it be for justice.
China Nicole, Gary, and the Jump Out production crew. Much love to you.
Justice, no matter what it costs, let it be for justice. Let it be for justice.
We the people.
Big up to the massive locked in on YouTube live.
Royalty. I with so many of us.
Good evening to y'all.
Keep the culture, be united, stop the violence. Put the power in ourselves, create the franchise. And
Freedom.
last week,
Mr. Brown Brown.
overseas, I'm so sick of these
Magical Merle.
streets.
Darling Nikki.
Ooh, boy,
See, y'all got nicknames.
boy, boy.
Your own and the ones I give you.
But if we
Let it be for justice.
One of my favorite Prince songs is a song called Darling Nikki. Is that you, Nikki? Asking for a friend. It's me. I'm the friend. It's me.
it is time for us to make peace and
I
stop.
want to say thank you to my segment sponsors.
One love, one unity, got to break the bondage.
On the
No more border,
shutters are halfway down,
more mental slavery.
so on the way out,
Bob Marley,
Paul C Media Group shutting down their doors,
feel alright.
handing over their services to us right here at kevinstew.com.
Justice.
If we war,
Let it be for justice.
all cause.
Thank you, Paul C Media Group.
Justice.
For those of you wondering what it is that Pulse does, well, one of the main things,
Justice.
they host my website.
Justice,
And if you have a website, they can host yours too.
justice, no matter what it costs, let it be for justice.
But instead of calling them,
Let it be for justice.
call me 773-789-STEW. 773-789-7839.
Oppression, racism,
Let us talk about getting you on a server
no more barriers for
that is community owned.
thrive prosperity.
When I say community owned, it's us.
There's no
We are the ones who own it.
free your minds, but if we fight,
Let it be for justice.
Thank you, Paul C Media Group.
Let it be for
I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands. Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broad County, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties. She comes to you, bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience.
let it be for justice, no matter what it costs, let it be for
So if you're in any of those areas,
let it be for justice.
you want somebody to come give you a good massage,
let it be for
call up Althea.
matter what it costs. Let
954-655-9000. Schedule your appointment today.
We the
She only has one request outside of paying her. It's
royalty.
that she get off her table and go sleep somewhere else.
So many of
It's called the Kevin Stew Clause. You don't have to sign it. Just do it.
keep the culture, be united, stop the violence. Put the power in ourselves, create the franchise.
Thank you, Miss Thea.
The news last week, another bomb overseas. I'm so sick of these murders in the streets. Ooh,
boy, 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 boy.
I want to say big ups to the Global Base.
Let it be for justice.
The Global Base navigates your journey across music, event planning, and much, much more.
For justice.
It's a realm where social spheres awaken through their mastery.
For justice.
So go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity unbounded and free, just like their consultation. Free. The Global Base is your catalyst for everything related to music, production, radio, and event promotions.
to make peace and stop the fighting.
Check them out online.
One love, one
DAGlobalBASE.com.
bondage.
TheGlobalBase.com.
Others around me, no more mental slavery. Bob Marley said it best, stand together and feel alright. But if we
I
fight,
want to say thank you to McNeil Trucking.
Let it be for justice.
if we war,
McNeil Trucking is a veteran-owned, licensed and insured mover in the state of Florida.
all cause.
Let it be for justice.
Do what is right.
So if you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville,
Let it be for justice.
from Naples to Palm Beach,
No matter what it costs, let it be.
from Pompano to Pensacola, and all points in between,
Inequity, disparities, and violence.
go ahead and give them a call.
Oppression, racism.
If you want to take it a step further and move out of the state, or even move into the state, they got you. McNeil Trucking.
Marcus Garvey said it best, none but ourselves can free your minds. But if we find
954-406-9740.
and if we want,
But let's say you want to move some things around the corner to your neighbor, or even into storage. Same number, same people. McNeil Trucking. 954-406-9740. Thank you, McNeil Trucking.
Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. No matter what it costs, let it be for justice. Let it be for justice.
we the people are from royalty. Royalty. I wish so many of us can see. Keep the culture, be united, stop the violence. Put the power in ourselves, create the franchise. In the news last week, another bomb overseas. I'm so sick of these murders in the streets. Ooh,
Boy, I. Ooh, boy, I, boy, I, boy, I.
but if we fight,
Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice.
at all costs,
Let it be for justice.
do what is right.
Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. No matter what it costs, let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice.
Let me go ahead and make mention of the book, the audio book, Empowered Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense.
Be for justice.
I don't want to leave this out. The book is authored by Jonathan Field. The audio book is narrated by yours truly, Kevin Stew.
Let it be for justice.
Now don't be fooled by the title.
Justice. Let it
I learned a lot when I narrated this book. You'll learn a lot from listening to it.
let it be for justice.
Inequity,
And I already know quite a bit about some of this stuff.
oppression, racism. No, I won't be silent.
But just believe.
No more barriers for we. We will thrive, prosperity.
Empowered,
Marcus
an
Garvey
awesome book. So go ahead,
selves can free.
download your copy of the audiobook today.
We fight.
You can visit kevinstew.com. Click on the picture of the book cover, and it takes you to exactly where you need to be to download your copy. Empowered Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense.
For justice.
Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. No matter what it costs, let it be for justice. Let it be for justice.
Let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. No matter what it costs, let it
Track playing in the background. Let it be for justice. China Nicole.
We the people.
Inviting you all to call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call somebody, anybody, everybody. Let them know.
See.
It's time for the night shift to DJ Kevin Steele, Community and Finance Night.
Put the power in ourselves, create the franchise. In the news last week, another bomb overseas. I'm so sick of these murders.
I say blessings to the Make We Talk family. Mr. Jeffrey Tavares, blessings to you, sir.
Ooh, boy, I, boy, I.
Aren't you on air roundabout now?
But if we fight,
Let it be for
G Angel, much love to you.
justice.
Angela Orville, blessings, blessings.
For justice.
what is right?
As we wait for the
Let it be for
rally team to join us,
for justice. No matter what it costs, let it be for justice. 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 No matter what it costs, let it be for justice. Let it be for justice. Why let it be for justice. Why let it be for justice. Let it
Oh, Jeffrey, you're off here now, so. Oh, well, thank you, sir. I'm honored whenever someone like you can join in.
Time for us to make peace.
Hang out.
The fighting. One love, one unity. Got to break the bondage.
I saw a couple of the members of the rally team pop in just now.
Into slavery. But Marley said it best, stand together
And then they popped out. I don't know what's going on.
But if we fight,
Let it be for justice.
if we war,
Let it be for justice.
at all costs,
Let it be for justice.
do what is right.
Let it be for justice.
Let it be for
So I can preface this a little bit.
justice. No matter what it costs, let it be for justice. Let it be for justice.
Let you know that we're reconnecting after the rally.
Charities and
That's what we're addressing tonight.
oppression, racism. No, I won't be.
And so for some of you who don't know,
Won't bury us for we
this past Saturday,
thrive prosperity.
something happened that has never happened before in the history of Jamaica, basically. Not as far as I know.
For justice.
If anybody else knows of something like this happening, go ahead and please
For justice.
call me up and let me know. 773-789-STEW is the number to use. There it is scrolling across your screen. 773-789-7839. You can call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram. It all works.
Let it be for justice. No matter what it
And so
let it be for justice. Let it be for justice.
there was
Let it be for
an event where
let it be for justice. No matter what it costs, let it be for justice.
it was arranged by way of the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation.
From royalty.
And for those who don't know, you can visit ojldf.net
See,
and learn quite a bit about the foundation.
stop the violence. Put the power in ourselves, create the franchise. In the news last week, another bomb overseas. I'm so sick of these murders.
But this foundation here, they're about holding the government of Jamaica accountable in a number of ways.
But if we fight,
So they have peaceful protests. They file ATIs, Access to Information Acts, ATI requests, so Access to Information Act requests. But not only that,
Let it be for
there's a broadcast that happens on Saturdays called Reason with Rattigan, and another one that happens on Wednesdays called Come Reason with Rattigan,
justice.
which is kind of a more interactive version of the Saturday version.
For justice. No matter what it costs, let it
And what happens is it's a moment of education.
be for justice.
And education in that you learn how to file ATIs. You learn what it is when government officials say one thing and do another. You learn how to not let go of what was said. Because okay, I see a couple of people joining us. Because what typically happens is what is known as a 9-day wonder. And we're definitely moving away from 9-day wonder things. Yeah? So, I can hear some people in the background. One of them being Mr. Rattigan.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, I hear you. Alright, so what I will do. Okay, beautiful. So they did some updates on this thing. Let me go ahead and I don't know who else will be joining us tonight.
I think Drone, Opal, and I sent the thing to
Okay.
Jamites will join us.
I see King
Yeah.
Jamaics joining us. I see producer Joan joining us. I guess we're waiting on producer OT. Okay, we're gonna have a pretty decent house. Maybe a full
He said,
house.
so that's why I'm not on camera here, sir.
You're indecent. Alright, no worries. Actually, I'm trying to find, since they changed how this thing here operate, I'm trying to find the tool where I get to showcase, I get to feature the speaker. Change layout. Here we go. All right. So I get to spotlight the speaker. So whomever is talking will be up on the screen. All right. So thank you, China Nicole, in the background track called "Let It Be for Justice." All right. Now let's see how my picture look. My picture will look kind of funky, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. All right, so in the meantime, we'll start with you, Sir Rattigan. Somebody told me today you should be knighted. Sir Wilfred Rattigan. It have a nice ring to it. Will, you still there?
Yeah, I was just about to tell you that, yeah, the name, it rhymes with night. You know, when I say rhyme, not necessarily rhyme with night, but it's a good sounding name, right?
Yeah, it kind of have a nice ring to it.
Yeah, sounds kind of royal.
Yeah,
Rattigan.
Sir Rattigan or Sir Wilfred. It definitely has a
Yeah, Wilfred Rattigan.
yes. It kind of it has a ring to it. So, and I said to them, boy, you know, he kind of does have a title, you know, special agent. And since that is retired, he still has attorney. So any which way you slice it,
A title.
there's a title.
There you go, man.
But congratulations on a successful event on Saturday. Some people would look on at it and say, boy, it wasn't successful, and they wouldn't even really realize the measure of success that is used. So
Right.
in I say that to say this. This event was, what were you trying to accomplish from this event, really?
Well, let me just say that this event actually the credit should go to people like producer June, producer OT, people like Jamaics and the crew in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
I played, to be honest, I played a minimal role. The idea of having this type of event came about as a result of a conversation with Mr. Jeffrey Tavares. And
Mm-hmm.
we, I took it to the producers and they said, yeah, it's a good idea, let's run with it. And they did the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't at the event. I was mostly like I was pretty much like a policeman, just kind of like directing traffic. But yeah, but they were the workhorses, man. They did all of this. It wouldn't have been possible without them.
Right, right.
And you asked the question, what was the purpose of it? The purpose of it was to bring bring some semblance of education. I say some semblance because we couldn't do it in one day, but bring a semblance of education, of civics to the Jamaican people, particularly the children. Because as you're aware, civics was taken out of the schools as a standalone subject. At points in time, they tried to merge it with others like social studies and history and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do that, you water it down, you know, and the children don't get the full flavor of it. So what we tried to do was to bring to have them look at themselves as Jamaicans in light of civics. What does it mean to be a Jamaican? And from that perspective, we were looking at the Constitution and we were looking at some other issues in Jamaica, like beach access, like the hospitality workers and their plight. We also looked at the Constitution, and there were some other subjects that we looked at. So the whole idea was to have this centralized location filled with people from all over the country, where we could talk about these issues. And to make it even more special, we said, okay, we will have prizes so that at the end of each session, questions would be asked
Mm-hmm.
concerning civics and what was said,
Right.
and the people who answered correctly, they would get some form of some. We had plenty of gifts, so they would get some. They would get a gift. So that forced people to kind of like pay attention, because you know how it is.
Yeah, yeah.
We have as people, we have a short attention span. When I say people, I'm not talking about Jamaican people. I'm talking about people in general.
In general, yes.
And right, and so in order to keep that thing, in order to keep the focus, we have to say, just remember that at the end of this, and the segments weren't long either. So we said at the end of the segment, we're going to ask some questions based on what was presented, and then we'll hand out a gift to the person who or the people who answer the questions correctly. We
Mm-hmm.
also had entertainment there. Again, it was an attraction to bring people in, and so we had entertainment. We had When I say entertainment, we had artists, we had dancers, and one of the most touching things about it was that we had a group of children. I think they came from Mandeville,
Mm-hmm.
and they did a little speech for me, and they presented me with a plaque, and it was quite touching. I didn't expect it. Completely surprised by it,
Yes, yes.
and extremely thankful. And those children are wonderful children, and I hope to see them soon. So, that's just my long-winded way of telling you what the thing was about. But there are others on the program right now who can probably give you the Reader's Digest version of a more succinct version of what the purpose was and what took place.
Yeah, because we have with us also, we have Jamaics, we have producer Joan. I don't know where producer OT is. I don't know if you
She
had
said she's
managed.
gonna call in.
Oh, she's gonna call in. Okay, cool. Um, I know it takes a lot to get her on here because these are some people. Well, I know you, Joan, and definitely OT like to stay in the background, and so doing something like this really takes you out and above your outside of your comfort zone, and I thank you. I really do. Um, your input, your experience leading up to this event and at this event, Joan, what was that like? And how would you say the turnout was, as in the outcome?
So my experience. Well, good night, everyone. It was a lot of work, Kevin, Stu,
Yeah.
as you know, because you're in the mix with us. It was a lot of hard work, but I got to meet a lot of new people on the phone, in person, and it was interesting.
Hmm.
I kept saying I'll never do this again, never do this again, and I'll answer. I'll get more into that later on after Will says something, and on the ground, Kevin, I met some amazing people.
Hmm.
They came with such energy, such it's like they just wanted to be there. They were happy to be there, and they definitely participated. You missed some of the dance off them, but that's okay. It was real good. The kids had an amazing time. The bouncy houses were filled to capacity every time.
Mm.
We couldn't get them away from there. There was so many different things to do at the same time. It was, I can't say that I was ever bored. I walked over 15,000 steps that day because I had my iPhone tracking. So,
Right,
you
right.
know, you know how big the field was and all the things that were going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we had different sections just keeping people active throughout the day. You know, the Nancy story by, I think, is Miss Shirley. And then I think the gentleman name was Kenyan. I'll get you his right name. He did a whole history on Jamaica and African history. The entertainers were fabulous. Where Prezi Day? Prezi's sister sang. I want to keep saying the Star Spangled Banner because I'm so Americanized, but the Jamaican national anthem,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally got goose bumps.
Yeah.
She was amazing, Miss Lang. Um, the entertainers, as I said before, they were good. The speakers, we you know when you put something in your head and what they say that people make plan and God laugh.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
thought that each speaker was going to go up and just speak by themselves, and they just wanted to have panel discussions, and that worked out really well. Like, it was not just one person having the floor, they wanted to share it with the other speakers there. So we
Mm-hmm.
kind of changed up the format on the cuff and had like a panel discussion.
Mm.
And let me tell you about Jamaics and Prezi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking over your show, Kevin, but I'm
Oh,
telling you this.
fine. I'm fine with it.
You would think that they were practicing their routine for months. They were in sync. The chemistry is like um they just like hit off of each other, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Them dance, Prezi can dance, Jamaica can dance, them sing, them DJ, them tell jokes. When them a give out tablet, Jamaicans come off with them are gonna give out Fenzik and Tylenol.
Yeah,
Those
I heard that.
But overall, I have to say I had a wonderful time. Big up to all of the people them that come from all over on the bus, the kids them, the JCF. Shout out to them. I
Mm.
made four new friends. Shout out to them. They were really good.
As in the Jamaica
People,
Constabulary Force.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. They came out, and then even the next door was the what it's called the where they parked. What was the name of it?
Oh, the
Jamaica.
police
Police
officers
Officers
club.
Club.
They gave us love.
Mm-hmm.
They came out, gave us love. Some of them sent for them, picnic them to come, and got more people to come.
Right,
Um,
right.
they had an amazing time, and they couldn't stop talking about it.
Awesome. Awesome. I saw, of course, we tuned into Jamaica Walk By's feed as he was there giving some streaming live. And I guess he couldn't make it tonight, unfortunately. I was kind of looking forward to that, but I'll bring him on another time. But and well, the night is still young. If he can jump on, then great. But we also have Jamaics here. Um,
But, Kevin, before you bring in Jamaica, let me just say one quick thing.
yeah.
Um, big shout out, as June mentioned, to the volunteers and
Mhm.
also the folks from Mandeville. You know those two wonderful ladies.
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
they work like they work. I was gonna say they work like slaves, but they didn't work that hard. But they work like crazy. Yeah, they work like crazy. Um, Dorothy and Merle, they work like crazy to round up the troops and bring a bunch of kids, and we're extremely grateful for that because the kids they got the exposure and people got to meet them. And as I said before, they did a nice tribute to me, and I'm looking forward to meeting them.
Yeah.
With Jamaica's, before Jamaica's gone, since Ratty, I give a shout out. I met an 86-year-old man named Clement there. Him wife, Fashi, big up to her. She packed him a all-day bag with water, juice, food, everything, and him come to me and him said, "Moan give you, Moan donate to this." So I said, "Go take a seat." Him said, "No man." I said, "You want to donate later?" Him said, "No man. go in and pocket, take out money and give it to me. And him say, I love what this foundation is doing. And him say, I want to live that I could say that I'm proud to live in Jamaica and that other people can come back like he did from England and feel safe. And big old to my Fashi, I think her name was Fashi. When I say she pack him up with food, water, juice, everything. Him had him can, him Jamaica shirt on, and him stay the whole day.
Wow. I have I just got a video of the children giving tribute to Rattigan. Now, I'm not gonna play the video. However, what I'm going to do is tell everybody that is tuned in right now to tune in with Reason with Rattigan on Saturday. We're going to play the video on Reason with Rattigan on Saturday. So it will be, I don't know if Rebel will get to see it before then. I am not sending it to him.
No, I don't want. I'll avoid watching it until I haven't seen it and I haven't gotten it.
Okay.
I can't wait till Saturday. Yeah.
Okay, good. And so he'll get to see it for the first time on Saturday. But I thank you. I thank you for that video. Merle, thank you very much. It's the magical one. And all right, so Jamaics. Jamaics are always a patient guy, waiting in the wings before he jumps in. I don't know where Prezi is. He's out there somewhere. Prezi always up to something, Lily of the Valley says some old foot did enjoy themselves. So I don't know who Lily talking about calling old foot. But Jamaics. No, this is where I'm going. Jamaics, where are you? Wait, it look like we have to use my calling. Jamaics, where you there?
You hearing?
Okay, there you is.
Lovely, lovely. I want to say good night to everybody. Where's my co-host, Prezi?
I don't know. why your picture so dark, Bridget? I was about to
I'm
put
not
you on
sure,
camera,
I'm not sure why it's so dark. But again, saying big thank you to the OJ LDF family.
Mm-hmm.
From the from the idea stage of this thing to it actually being. You seeing me better?
Much better, much better.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right. So from the idea stage until it is actually happen on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much appreciative of that and respect that the diaspora actually have a mindset not just to speak to the Jamaican people or speak about the situation that is happening in Jamaica, but actually doing something about it. And I can say, no matter which blogger, whether you're locally or abroad, this is what it is. Actually matching your words with action.
Right,
And
right.
I really do appreciate the family for doing that. And when I saw that people came out to the event, these people came out because they love and respect Mr. Rattigan and the team and what they have to offer,
Mm-hmm.
and that is amazing. So the show for me was an absolute success. I get to meet so much amazing Jamaicans who know what it means to come together, work together, and appreciate each other.
Right, right.
And I want a big shout out again to Miss Joan. Big shout out to Opal. Welcome back, Ayad. Welcome back to Jamaica. And I hope it wasn't overwhelming for you. But one thing I know, they moved and they were working about. So big thank you for that. Big thank you, Uncle Will. Big thank you as well, Kevin, because I know it is not by one or two persons, but it's actually a major team, a
Yes,
team
yes.
of dedicated people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to join Miss June in saying big up to the Constabulary Force workers. Those four officers were amazing. I must say, they were extremely professional. They were respectful, and they were vigilant. They were out and about. They were ensuring that people are doing the right thing. They liaison with us, the volunteers, and big up, mega big up to the volunteer team. Shout out Natasha, who have worked tirelessly. The bureaucratic red tapes and the hurdles were many, but from Natasha and everybody else on the team that has been consistent and hardworking and ensuring that this event was a success. And I don't even start talking about the actual event as yet. I'm just
Mm.
giving shout out.
Right, right.
That to show you the amount of love, Kevin, the amount of respect and the amount of togetherness that I can clearly and boldly say what a success. You see, those little kids that was paying the tribute to Mr. Rattigan.
Yes.
Listen, man, you have to really be there to understand the real goosebumps. You're gonna get some from the video,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
there was this one in particular, a little one, just about this height. But when you talk about a dynamite,
Yeah.
she has so much punch, so much confidence, so much poise, so much vim, vigor, and vitality. She was amazing. And that is a testament to say that Jamaicans still are beautiful people from the young stage, from the youngsters that who deserve to be guided. So thinking about civics being reintroduced to the society, I applaud the thought about it, Mr. Rattigan and the team, to actually think about bringing back civics. I
Yes.
will rest there for now. There's so much to talk about the event.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the a couple of the clips that we also showed from Jamaica Walk By. He showed pe- people presenting and some people milling around, some people taking shelter from the heat because I get to understand it was quite warm out there. And but the mere fact that people turned up and people learned things, to hear Jamaica Walk By himself say, you know, I didn't know X, I didn't know Y, I didn't know that certain things about the Constitution. I used some of these words loosely and never quite knew what they meant until today. So even to hear one person say that, that was awesome. And we're not talking about a child, we're talking about an adult. So that in and of itself made this event a success. Now the mere fact that this event happened was quite the success because this took some planning over months and it took planning across geographical lines. So it was an international planning team to make this happen. Would you say, Jamaics, Joan, Will, that you were disappointed about anything?
You know what, Kevin? We had a little thing with the food showing up late, but it actually worked out okay. We at the moment we were in a panic because we wanted to feed the people and so on, and that was the only hiccup I saw, and it worked out because guess what? At the end of the day, there was so much food for people to eat that nobody not leave with no hungry belly. Um, it Kevin, you have to be there to actually experience it. The energy,
Mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
spirit of the people, it was just, it was amazing. And everybody had this, again, this joyful, happy spirit that I couldn't even explain, put it into words. And again, I met people that I've never saw before, and the love that they show. I got so much hugs and kiss and all of that.
Is your name producer Joan? Oh my goodness. It's
I
so
had
good
a
to meet you.
dance off with Miss P. I think I won, but she may say differently. you know, and hopefully they burned the video. But one thing I'm going to say, Kevin, also is that, you hear kind of thing, oh, Jamaican people see it this way and all of that.
Mhm.
I went last minute. I wasn't planning on going. I was just going to stay behind the scenes up here and take care of whatever I could here.
Right.
And last minute, I decided to go with Opal. And I stayed the first night in Mandeville with an amazing woman. Didn't know me from anywhere. She knew that I didn't eat meat. And you should see all the things she went out and got for me to eat for one day. When I was leaving the next morning to
Hmm.
go to Kingston, she sent me off with a big bucket. I call it bucket of this soup that she make with callaloo and spinach in it and provisions from out of our own yard.
Oh
Then we
wow.
stayed. Then Opal and I left there, and we went and we stayed with one of Opal's friends. I won't shout out her name because I know she doesn't want any recognition. She did it from her heart.
Yes.
I I have a new aunt in Jamaica and I have a new sister in Jamaica. And if my other sisters are listening, then I'm gonna be vexed. But the person that I stayed with, she treated me like I was family. Her husband, her daughter, her amazing daughter that just did the pep and got into Andrews, I believe it is.
Mm.
It was just an amazing experience. First time having to spend so much time in Kingston, and I have to say, I had the people who I met and encountered were all positive. Big shout
Nice.
out to Eli, I think Delroy Ellis, who did the T-shirts, and he did it. He probably thought we were crazy. He did it in one day.
Mm. How many t-shirts are you talking
One
about?
day, 150 T-shirts.
Screen printed.
Yeah, and had the logo on the front and OJLDF on the back. Um,
Nice.
but he didn't even say, "What? You crazy?" I'm sorry, all right. Everything we asked him for a big sign and said, all right, anything we asked him for. I said, he even came out to the event. I said, I have to get the DJ something because him not eat from morning. Him travel all day. I'm gonna need to go find him some TR soup. Okay. Me and him drive around until we finally found soup for him. Then we go pick up cases of water that somebody donated, and not once did he say, "Nah, man, I can't do that. That's too much."
Mm.
He was so giving to us. Ratty, man, shout out Eli, my new friend.
Oh, yeah, yeah, me hear them up today, man. Had a nice conversation with him.
hmm
And
So
Um,
I see in the chat here where Merlin saying that the Mandeville crew was out strong in numbers.
strong,
Yeah, big ups to
strong,
Merle
strong.
and the work that she's putting in Mandeville. Big ups, big ups, big ups to you.
Merle, beautiful soul, beautiful. She's one of the ladies I'm talking about with that positive spirit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she made sure that Mr. Rattigan had that plaque. And she kept saying, remember now, more present the plaque to her. And when I had to explain to her why Mr. Rattigan couldn't make it, you could see her whole, like, her heart and everything just sunk. Every
Yes.
time I pulled somebody separately, and whispered in their ears to tell them the reason why they were heartbroken. But you
Mm.
know what them
Mm-hmm.
say? We want him alive, so we want him. We all right.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see him another time. We want him to be okay. So they were good. Merle, big up yourself.
And big ups to Dr. Love who was a DJ
yeah,
for the
yeah,
evening.
Kevin,
yeah.
Dr. Love know to drop 2 foot, maybe even 3.
Well,
Hey,
he
apart from him DJing skills,
yes.
Apart,
Kevin,
you
he
never
is
see him?
he's an amazing person.
Yes,
Uh,
Yeah.
yes.
And
He's
on top of his DJing skills, let me tell you, people, Dr. Love is one of the best person to meet in life. trust me, man, the energy that that gentleman possesses. As I said, I'm going back to your question, Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
saying that if there's anything disappointed about,
Yeah.
and for me, I would say nothing.
Mm.
The day happened how it's supposed to,
Yeah.
right? And all I saw was smile and joy on the people's face. Even though with the food situation coming a bit late,
Yeah.
excellent work by the team to ensure that they got them patties before the food came. But
Mm-hmm.
at that point in time, Prezi and I, we had people engaged still. We were
Right. Right.
laughing. The kids were in the bounce about all about. We were engaging. We were having conversations. It was not like from a raising platform talking down to the people. We were talking with the people, and the people were very much engaged. Because anytime you hear silence and people are looking up, that means that learning is taking place.
Right. Right.
And Article 13, subsection 3 in the Constitution speaks about the right to peaceful assembly,
Mm-hmm.
and that is what we did at that point in time. And I believe that it was impactful, and you can feel the energy right over the place, as Ms. Jones spoke about
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
positive energy. People, and I must say, commend Mr. Rattigan for not making it public that he wasn't able to come at that time because of his medical condition, because what it does, it did not put a damper on the spirit of people. They
Right. Right.
came out and they actually enjoyed themselves. Yes, they were disappointed when they know that because of medical reasons Mr. Rattigan could not be here, but they were very much appreciative that somebody from the diaspora not just talking about the problems in Jamaica, but hearing enough to say, all right, let us eat together as family. Let us sing and dance together as family. And,
Mm-hmm.
let us
Mm-hmm.
share moments. And that is what happened. So every single facet of this event was a major success from thinking about it to
Mm-hmm.
actually it happening on Saturday. Amazing. Thumbs up to everybody.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
Kevin, I didn't mention this to you on Ratty. Ask your Mike. At one point, we thought that it was going to rain hard because this dark cloud came above
Mm-hmm.
and it got a little windy. You felt a little spritz, right? But then it disappeared. Then after the event, somebody said, "Your event didn't wash out." They were saying how hard it was raining in different places in Kingston, and only a little, like like a little spray,
Yes.
it has.
A little
So
mist.
a mist, and it was less than a mist. So whoever was looking over her, us, Rattigan,
It was a little
putting out
cooling. It was
prayers.
just a little cooling.
Yeah, but it didn't. It rained everywhere else, but where we were.
Okay. And that's how it going. Blessings come your way, I see one of the wayward ones just joining us. Better late than never. He just wanted to be fashionable. Blessings, Prezi. Welcome to the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew.
Hey, I don't mean that talk. I bet me there. I'm an old man, so
Prezi, wipe out
yeah.
the mouth out of your eye.
Exactly, though. Me clean out the two side.
I'm a co-host that Arabian co-host. What's it? What is it?
Yeah, me think me did clean out everything.
Prezi, me have a bone to pick with you. You was going behind our back going to Jamaica to practice with Jamaics. Because there's no way y'all didn't practice your routine.
Hey, listen, the guy is a natural talent, so me not listen for no other show again. Natural talent. Can't dance, but natural talent.
No, him couldn't keep up with you, but him can dance.
So
That's when he can help themselves.
so Prezi.
Yes, sir.
This event I got from other members of the team what a little bit of their experience and their interaction with people at the event. What was this event like for you?
Oh yeah, consider it the first of many more such event. If I should give an assessment as it relates to my overall feeling
Mm-hmm.
of the quality of the event, I've done an MC tons of shows all over the globe, and I tell you that this is up there with all different type of standard in terms of the audio quality. Let me talk about the audio quality. Sun was a little bit hot. We didn't have any cover on the stage because it was
Mm.
a day event.
Yeah.
But besides that, hey, one of the funniest thing I Kojo, I mean, not gonna go another one. So
You mean
Kojo, big up yourself.
with his blanket?
Uh,
When I
or
talk
something like
about
that.
it,
Or something like that.
Yeah,
I'll
the
leave that
tarp.
for
The
later.
tarp.
I'll leave Jamaica to handle the Kojo part. But yeah. So it was good. I think the people really wanted something like this. So many people came up to me and was very thankful, Kevin, about this event, saying that this is something that is necessary. This is something that is needed. And I think people are hungry for events like this. People are hungry for civics.
Mm.
People are hungry to get back their democracy. A lot of people wanted to see Will, and undoubtedly, we can, you know, we know that they were a little bit disappointed
Right,
in
right.
some case, but most people were understanding. And of course, they get to see me, so they're like, Ratty, Prezi, eeny, meeny, miny, I'll take you.
Okay,
Because you're far more handsome than Will, so
there you go.
why not?
There it is. There
Not
it
as
is.
brilliant, but definitely
and I'm
far more
younger,
handsome.
and I'm younger.
Hey, so young youth are always are using age and thinking to the Ratty. You notice that though?
Me
They
know.
always I pull the age card and we still, but
Me
like
know.
that year don't look too bad, so no go on tired, yeah. Unfortunately, Ratty, you don't really have the ear part, but it's okay.
No,
Kevin, I
I
rub
have
off
the,
on you.
I have the earpiece, but I have the, I have the
Wait, may I have to step in for my client. You can't deal with my client, so Prezi. Come on.
That is it.
Hey,
That is it.
listen, one thing Will tell me is that Prezi speak the truth, right? Just say it as it is. Will is a say it as it is guy, so that rub off on me. So, but seriously speaking, though, it was a great event. I really enjoyed it. I think this was is the beginning of great things,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't wait to see next year. One lady came up to me and she said, "Listen, me, you guys got to put agents in all counties." She's like, "You guys need to bring this to every county in Jamaica because there are different counties in Jamaica where people want to get this type of information, and you guys need to have this be the beginning of something bigger and greater. And people will volunteer. They just need to know, what you want, and they'll give their time." She's a reading specialist, and she's like, "Listen, I am a professional, and I want to commit myself to host or help or volunteer, and I believe that this is a great thing, and we should do it again." So I
Mm.
do believe, guys, that it is absolutely important that we not only just have this as a one-off or just annually for Kingston only, but we should really think about the rest of the country because people out there love this idea, Will. And I want to thank you for, you know, taking on this project. Very, very expensive and challenging, but a lot of lesson learned. And I'm sure next time we will, be far more fluid in terms of getting everything going and just understanding the dynamics of some of the regulatory requirements. We've met and exceed all the regulatory requirements. We did not violate any statutes or violate any requirement of the government of Jamaica. And of course, anything we do is on par with quality and, of course, fully legal. So I thank, the government of Jamaica and the different agencies that work from the Ministry of Health. They were there the whole time. I know people who got feeling a little bit woozy. They went to the ambulance and they got treated. I mean, they did a wonderful job. It's a wonderful group of professionals, and I just want to thank, all of the various agencies. The police were very professional, and they were there. I spoke with a couple of them, and they were really, really accommodating. So, great job, Will, and all the team on the ground that did wonderful job, especially Natasha with getting us where we need to get in order for this event to come to fruition.
Kevin,
Yeah, well.
if I may,
Yes,
let me
man.
just say that there's another group of people that I forgot to mention,
Mm-hmm.
and it definitely couldn't have materialized without this group of people, and that is the wonderful group of donors, the people who provided us with their hard-earned cash so that we
Yes.
could pay for this event and not end up in a situation where we owe people. I mean, we can actually pay off people right now. In fact, we've made some payments today, and we have some more payments to make. So I
Mm-hmm.
just want to thank every single person, from the person who gave us their blessings to the person or the persons who gave us thousands of dollars. And there were some people that they couldn't really give, and I said to them, "Look, just give us your blessings. That will suffice." And they said, "Yeah, you have it." And there were some people that I spoke to. I hadn't spoken to in a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and I called them up and said, "Listen, um, this is what's going on, and we need your assistance." And they said, "Fine, no problem." And again, want to thank producer Joan and producer OT, because I mean, them push me to no ends, because with 2 weeks to go, and this is for some people it could be frightening. For me, it wasn't a problem. We didn't have the money.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
to go. We never have the money. And I said to them, said, "Listen, don't worry, man. The money will come. Where it will come from, it will come. I can't tell you." And every
Right.
day they had me making phone calls, man. 15, 20, 30, 40 phone calls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And even today, I must tell producer Joan this and OT. People are making contributions today. I got a couple emails from people, text messages, who said, "Hey, we send our money in today." And tomorrow, we have some people say, "Come by and pick up some money." Still gonna continue paying, to make sure that you don't have any bills.
Well.
And then, President, let me address something that President just said.
Mm-hmm.
President said that he was hoping it's not a one-off.
Yeah.
All right, this event took place on Saturday.
Right.
President, you don't know this, and I don't think, yeah, Kevin is aware of it. John Mikes is not. On Sunday, we planned the second one already, and today we planned the third one. I'll give out the locations on Saturday, but they're planned already. The,
Percy,
the first one will be held the first week of December this year, December 6th. And the next one is going to be held, I think it's April or May of next year. And we are moving forward. We're not stopping. So it's funny that you say, "Hey, don't let this be a one-off," and we have two of them planned already.
Percy, I was at the
Mm-hmm.
airport at 8 something in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Saying, "Boy, I'm not gonna relax. My foot still foot bottom still above my knee. I hurt. Everything in pain." And I get a call from Mr. Rattigan about the first week in December, and that there with me sitting in Club Kingston planning, and in my head I said, I know he's joking, but I'm just gonna go along with him. And before you know it, might 100 people on the phone, and it was planned, even location and all. Okay.
This guy never stopped, man. I'm telling you.
Never
But this
stops.
time, we gotta make sure your doctor, if the doctor has to come with you,
No,
you
I
definitely
am
need to be there.
I am going to be there for the second one, and I must be there for the third one. And the people, when they hear the location, they'll know why I must be there for the third one. So, but no, we have them. We have two planned already. And the overall plan is that we're going to try and do one every 6 months. And in doing so, we will inspire other bloggers, other people, other community leaders to say, hey, if they're doing it, we can do it too. And then do it. And then to add to that, what we're saying to them is that we're not going to give you a fish, we're going to teach you to fish because it's not
Right.
a one off in your community. We
Right. Right.
want you to continue this every 3 months or so. You can do it on your own. We're gonna start the fire
Mm-hmm.
and then leave you to maintain. So we plan to go all across the country and do it. And whoever wants to join us, or whoever wants to go there separately and do something similar to this, that's fine. In fact, today, well, I was talking to some people today, and a gentleman called me, and I was talking to him, and he said, "Listen, that third location you're talking about," he said, "I will provide the food for the third location."
Mm.
He said, "I have something that I can feed 400 people at a time, and I will provide the food." So we're good.
Nice. Nice.
Ratty,
The,
Missy Brom Brom says start contributing from now. And I agree, Missy.
well, that was one of the things that I was going to ask about. Um, Donations and contributions. Now, this event on Saturday was a free event, and there were bounce houses provided. There was food provided, and you heard patties being mentioned, but it was more than just patties, right, Joan?
There was fried chicken, barbecue chicken. I didn't look in all the chicken boxes because I don't eat chicken, but to my surprise, there were curry chickpeas that had rice and peas in it and steamed vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
400 patties. We were giving out water all day. I think biscuits came from, I think Merle brought some Excelsior biscuit,
Mm-hmm.
donated boxes of big biscuit to us. There was just so many things going on. Somebody dropped off some mangoes to me. I heard that people got mangoes. It was a lot of food. If anybody said them go home hungry, them didn't want to eat.
So here it is. Excuse me. Here it is that there's this event. It was free admission. You got fed and you got educated, and there's some fun in the mix. Now, if that isn't a successful event, I don't know what is. But more importantly, the education piece, the speakers, some of the speakers that were there. Um, if any of you could go ahead and run down the list of some of the speakers that presented at this event for me, please.
Prezi, you go talk? Okay, Jabines, go ahead.
Right, we had Dr. Ben, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
which I also appreciate about the Wilfred Rattigan show. Come Reason with Rattigan.
Mm-hmm.
It speaks not about just the mind being healthy, the body being healthy as well. Mr. Ben was there talking about healthcare, as we know,
Mm-hmm.
real heritage, cultural healthcare. We have Haile Mikhail Kojo
Mm-hmm.
speaking about his proposed constitution, and trust and believe people who have never read it, please take the opportunity to read it. There's a lot of things that is in it that it makes you think and it makes you feel proud as a Jamaican.
Right.
Also, we had Dr. Edamame Knife was speaking about the importance of having a constitution, sorry, civics in our curriculum, teaching the people about their constitution. We also had Daniel Archer from National Integrity Agency. We had Mr. Coombs from Jabem representing.
Mm.
We also have Mr. Cochran from university representing. The youth from Sabrina as well. Brilliant, brilliant young lady, Miss Sabrina, is speaking. She's a law student
Mm-hmm.
at
Mm-hmm.
the University of the West Indies, and trust me, she said that I think she said she was 19 years old. Let me tell you, man, brilliant, amazingly brilliant. I tell you, Kevin. And people who were there can tell you, she not just spoke about what she learned in the law school. She spoke how important it is for Jamaicans to understand that you play a part in governance, and that was extremely important to see that our youths are paying attention to what is necessary.
Right.
And I think it was anybody who had a selector to come and
Mm-hmm.
present.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, amazing, because she wasn't just speaking to the people, she was speaking about the people, relating to the people. And I must say, brilliant, brilliant, Sabrina. And we look forward for you to being one of our Jamaican leaders one day, because you have the criteria, you have the ability to not just to speak and to remember things, but to actually to connect. The comprehension level of her, Kevin, was amazing.
Mm.
But I had folks from our union, National Hospitality Workers Union. We were there speaking about the importance of hotel workers, that they're essential workers, given that over 300,000 Jamaicans are employed in tourism, and to having $2, $4 per hour, that is sad. So I'm happy that our team was there to represent as well. As I said before, Jabem was there, beach access right,
Mm-hmm.
and beach access right affects and impacts all of us as Jamaicans, because the beach
Right.
is
Right.
not just for the tourists to come and lie down on. It's for us as well to enjoy as Jamaicans. As Dr. Taylor always say, it is our birthright.
Right.
And I'm happy that I'm happy that Mr. Coombs reminded Jamaican people of that. So those are our speakers. Our speakers were very efficient. They were very impactful, and I believe that they were effective with their messages. So overall success, and big up to all our speakers that were there.
Um.
And
Go ahead, Joe.
Jamike, sorry, Kevin. Jamike's, you don't know this, but Sabrina had needed to leave early to go to an engagement. And after she spoke, she couldn't leave. She came to me like 5 times and said, I am so glad that I am here. She hugged me, she squeezed me, she kissed me, and she said, I love this. And she just stood there just smiling for about a half an hour. And she needed to be somewhere else. And the same thing with Dr. Nice.
Mm.
Every time I went over to him and said that, your turn is coming up, and said, no, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm loving this. And he just stood with a smile, just looking at everything. And what amazed him is some of the young kids that were there that were actually engaged, listening, and were able to ask great questions as well as answer questions.
Mm. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. And that's pretty much one of the things that this whole event was about. It was about, and appropriately named, the Reconnection Rally. It's connecting people to Jamaica in a very real sense. It's one thing to say you're born in Jamaica and claim being Jamaican, but what do you know about being Jamaican? What do you know about your rights as a Jamaican? What do you know about the addressing your representatives and um, demanding, because you have a right to it, information as it relates to your benefit as a Jamaican in Jamaica. And so this Reconnection Rally was, I didn't even know how to feel about it myself, looking on, um, watching it come together and everything. And then the day arrived. I just didn't know how to feel about it. Seeing it happen. And even afterwards, hearing the reviews. I want to say big ups to the Excelsior Biscuit Company that donated the biscuits down in Mandeville that were given out at the event. This kind of connection is what we need. Generally in schools, it's difficult for a child to learn or an individual to learn when they're hungry. And so here's an event that gave an opportunity to learn something. Even if you had an idea about it before, the fact that it is being explained by professionals. And how much did it cost to get these speakers? Will, Joan, Jamaics? How much did it cost?
You mean if the speakers charged us for it?
Yes,
They volunteered.
It was
exactly.
very expensive. Love.
Time.
There you go.
That is
Love,
it, Jamaics.
time,
That is it.
effort. Very expensive. Let me big up Prezi too. He was a speaker as well. He had very good messages as well. Big up Prezi.
Kevin, you know what? I was waiting for Prezi to do the James Brown and a split. That was the next thing I was waiting for him to do because he was
John,
dancing.
don't even mention it because you did him. I got tell Tigers and me see you at trap from bubbling. Well, me never know that John can bubble, so you know. No,
What
like
happened?
seriously.
What happened in Jamaica?
No, me not let them my brethren. No, you don't know about that, you know. You don't know about that. But I tell you, Tigo. That's all I gotta say. But listen, it was a great event. Yeah, the
Yes.
speakers were good, and I think everyone's message, is important. And I do believe, even the children from Manchester that did that presentation, they came early, they left late. It was 70 plus of them came from Manchester just to come out to support this, and they were very supportive. That was a great tribute to you, Will, with your name, Wilfred Rattigan, and what the meaning of your name was. And, you were on the phone, so you probably can't see or couldn't see and experience it the way we did, but it was well prepared, and they stuck around and waited so that they could make that presentation. So I want to big up all of the various different presenters because, again, I think the only person on the bill that never did anything was Floagan. And he was there. He was there. But I guess we kind of, towards the end, we never get him to perform. But overall, everything went well. So we give thanks. We have the drumming, and I have a brother there with the drumming. We have King Jamin's artists came up. We have Benji Myers. We have, it was
Yeah,
a
as a
wonderful
lineage performed, there was a guy with a djembe.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So it was really good. So yeah, all the presenters, performers did a wonderful job, and the children, and just the vibes, and of course, Kojo and the fire
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
stage. So big up to Kojo. Very passionate guy, though. Very passionate, and he wants the best for Jamaica.
So I have one of the team members calling in. She says, I will not be outdone in the midst of it all. As much as I would avoid doing this, I am still going to do it. Producer OT.
So it's peer pressure. Because everybody else is on. And it would look bad, I wouldn't say anything. So
Good evening, OT.
I was here listening the whole time, and I was also on another call. Good evening to everybody. So my little 2 cent was I'm like a behind the scene type of person, and all I could say is that I met some nice persons,
Mm-hmm.
and just for a lot of people have been mentioned, but I need to just say two, Miss P, what's her name, Dorette, and Merle, but especially G Angel and Andrea Burke. I don't know if G Angel have any stuff left back in her store or wherever she is. She came with so much stuff to give away, and so I just wanted to say,
And she come from
thank
four.
you. Yes, did you see the amount of stuff that she had and gave it all away for free? And I mean, and then there's even people like Mr. White, that he donated like 2 times, and he came there with his family, which I met, and I think his daughter just passed through, prep, and it was just to shout out those people that really, just really showed up. So another confession is the person I've actually met Joan. But my family member that we stayed in Mandeville, they didn't know that was the person I'm meeting Joan because I was a little bit skeptical about bringing somebody in the house. You know what I mean?
Is
And
it,
it was as if we knew we. Go ahead, Kevin.
but you know each other. It's the first time meeting in person, but you know
First,
each other.
exactly, and you would think that we were friends from like years ago, you know.
But you are.
And we that is true, but no, but it was just like we've been talking, but it's the bonding was like seamless, and I was really impressed by that, you know.
Yes, yes.
The only thing that could go bad for me if it rained, and it didn't, so to me it was a success. And I said it was like a baptism in fire because I've never done it. I think after some, but listen, I'm ready to put on some fest and all them type of stage show. Now I get a taste of it. So who knows? We can start promote some show. Um,
And Kevin, me
no
take
sir.
her up OT aunt from her. You hear me?
You capture her. She have to share though.
Not share me,
Then
take her completely.
Okay.
I started getting treated like the stepchild. And so the intended purpose, I was really happy about it. On the way to the airport driving, my friend from high school that I was staying with, her husband, we were having a conversation, and he had invited some people from the church, and she said the guest, she said to him, she was happy about the event, but sad at the same time because the questions that were asked some of the kids, they didn't know it. Like they were asking like when was emancipation, and they were giving it like in the was it the 20 is it 19th is it 20th century, and it drew it was the point. It drove home the point that children really are like disconnected with what's going on, and it had its intended purpose to draw awareness to the fact that there's a huge divide, and if people can't make the connection as to where we're coming from, then how you gonna know where you're going? And that was what it was, because the kids were really struggling, and it wasn't that you're trying to make them feel bad. And in fact, the kids, I was mainly in the back. They came there crying because they couldn't win a prize because they answered some of the questions or some of the games or whatnot. They felt like that they lost out. And as an adult, as a society, I guess we're sort of like failing them, because we're not teaching them their history, which is rich. And for them to to be proud of, especially we're in a Western society, they're dominated by Western culture. How do you infuse pride, within our Black people, and for people to be aware of things, if you don't know what is, you can't identify what is wrong if you don't know what wrong is, or what right is. So that's my 2 cents on it. So if I'm done talk now, I can go.
Well, I'll let you know that G Angel is still feeling that hug that you gave her, and still loving that pep talk.
Yes. Kevin, so I'm going to jump off now.
Yeah, man. Thank you, OT. I know this is more than what you would know.
Tell OT not to jump off, Kevin. She can't leave me. Tell her don't jump off.
Listen, I'm not getting involved with you too. Because y'all share auntie and all of them things they know. Nope.
Right.
Kevin,
I'll hang around.
Me take her away from her.
See, I was trying to help you out in the OT, but sorry.
All right, then I'll hang out. I'll hang out then.
Wait,
And
OT, hang
Jamaica
up a bit
and
because what you said about the kids not knowing some answers, that's why the idea that Ratty have for the December one to have breakout rooms is a good idea because Danielle Archer, one of the things she said that she just want to mingle with the kids and talk to them and she did tell them anyone who wants to talk to me individually, I will make myself available. So Ratty, the breakout room in the December one is an excellent idea.
Go ahead.
And and I was just even thinking, if you want to make things, especially if you're teaching kids, you have to make it age appropriate. You know what I mean? The setting and whatnot. You have to hold their attention. So it has, even though it's like a mature audience, most of the speakers. So if you're gonna target kids, it would be good if we have, like in the breakout setting, have it less informal, more interactive to hold their attention, and I think that impact would be good.
Yeah, I like that idea. And see,
And we
this is
and
the planning coming
Kevin, we
together.
forgot
Yes,
to
Joe.
shout out Elaine Turner. She was there full force too. So shout out to Elaine Turner.
Big ups to Elaine. Always present on a Saturday with Reason with Rattigan.
Right.
Uh, and I also believe on a Wednesday night to come Reason with Rattigan. Ever present,
Mm.
ever willing to help and being involved. And Megawatt
Let me just
was down there.
Yeah. Yes, he was. And I wanted to add to the bus driver, Mr. Orville.
Hmm.
I mean, he really helped us out, in terms of like bringing some kids from St. Thomas. That was a plus.
Uh,
So shout out to him as well.
so there were people
And his
from
and his
both sides.
driver, right, right. These are kids like in a living facility. They
Hmm.
they, they were invited to come, and he provided a bus to bring them over.
That's excellent. That is
let me
awesome.
just say, Kevin, that
Yes, Will.
I had a discussion with Professor Knife last night,
Hmm.
and he supports the idea of like a breakout room because he said he's more amenable to just having an intimate setting and chatting with people
Hmm.
as opposed to getting in front of the mic and giving a speech.
Right.
He feels that it's more effective for him to walk around, and so that's why um, I don't want to give it away right now, but we're gonna have breakout rooms, and the location that we have is perfect for it. So that's
Nice.
one. Second thing is the message was was spread, and it was
Hmm.
spread in an even bigger way than we had originally thought because we had Fabian from Jamaica Walkabout, Jamaica
Jamaica
Walk
walk by.
By,
Hmm.
yeah, and what he was broadcasting to hundreds of people. So I was just proud that the message went beyond the confines of the Randy Williams Center
Right.
um, while the event was going on. I know people can actually go back and look at the stuff, but while it was going on, it was broadcasting to hundreds of people. And I'm telling you, um, the feedback I got, and the feedback I got, even when the children couldn't answer some of the questions, that was good feedback because it confirmed that there is an issue regarding the way we educate our children about who they are as Jamaicans.
Hmm.
And the
Hmm.
fact that we're not even teaching about Marcus Garvey, you retire Marcus Garvey, but we don't teach them about the principles of Marcus Garvey, the principles of self-reliance, self-governance, all of these things. How you must respect yourself, respect your neighbors, and we don't teach them that. And for me, hearing that some of them couldn't answer, I said, yes, this confirms it, and this makes it even more a pressing matter for us to get the message across Jamaica and try and start doing something about educating our children and getting the community to be involved in all of this. So that what we did there was like I heard Joan refer to it as a pilot, and it truly was a pilot because now we're going into the communities. That one was a standalone; it was right there, and people could come from anywhere. But
Hmm.
now we're going into specific communities, and we're going to be addressing the needs of those communities in terms of civics. Because remember, not every community is suffering from the same maladies. They
Correct.
have different issues. And so we're going to tailor it, and that's why we're going to be working alongside community leaders. But it is going to work. I think it's a good idea. And, you always have your naysayers. No matter what you do, you're going to have people complain. But I tell them this, that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step.
One step.
And if you
Hmm.
sit down there and look and say, boy, it's 1,000 miles in the home you do it, and you will never get to your destination until you make the effort to take the
Facts.
first step.
Facts.
All right. And we have taken the first step and we're not stopping. We're going to complete the journey.
Yeah. Neville Shackelford was saying he's glad that the event was a success.
Yes, Eddie, big up yourself.
And Kevin, also want to make a shout out. I mean, even though you see the stuff is presented, even the
Mhm.
people that donated, were able to bring the bags, the school bags of the kids. They literally cleared it from the container like the day before,
Mm-hmm.
and we were there, wheeling and dealing, and they delivered like 3 p.m. that very same afternoon.
Tell me
So I
something.
mean, yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
What were some of the things that were given away to these children?
So as a contingency, we end up me and Joan getting some drawstring bags because we weren't sure if the bags were going to reach. There's that they were sent to the shipper, but there was some delay in the shipment. There were like school books. Joan purchased like a whole bunch of like stationaries for the kids. We brought those down on the plane as a backup in case the shipment didn't arrive.
Mm-hmm.
But they did arrive, so they got there's drawstring bags. There are T-shirts that we brought down, little personal, like everybody loves Bath and Body Works. Yeah, go ahead.
Opa, I'm restraining myself, but I have to interject. Kevin,
Yes.
these two women, I'm telling you, man. These two women.
Start the things.
Opa
Start the
and
things.
Joan, I'm telling you, people, if you want an example of what strong, assertive, intelligent, beautiful black women should be, look at these two as examples. I'm telling you, and they're very modest. They're very modest. They're very humble because what you didn't tell you, Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
was the things they had to go through to get the bags off of the shipment because they were told, first of all, that the shipment would arrive late. The second thing was that the bags would not be released until this week.
Mm.
And those two women, they got on the phone, they started talking to people, and then the next thing you know, Joan called me and said, I think we might get bags, And I said, what kind of miracle? Where you about doing it next? Walk on water? The guy already tell us that they won't be prepared until the following, they won't be released until the following week. And I'm telling you, when she called me in the morning, Joan and Opal, I said, hey, we got the bags. I was pleased, but I'm telling you, I was shocked. I didn't, because the shipper told me directly that, hey, Ratted, this thing, there's no way it can happen until the following Tuesday, tomorrow.
True.
And say, when I get the bag? But continue, Opal. I just wanted to show that piece.
No, what you said was correct. Your container blew off in freak storm and
What?
so I have to like yeah. So it was like the day before we were on the phone, just calling, because we set out to accomplish something, and we're determined we're going to do it. And I says as long as the ship is docked, we're going to get them back. There was no if, ands, or but about it. As long as I'm on the island, if I have to go down there in person and start the container and wait for wherever they're going to drop it off, that was what we set out to do. So I really did, but we couldn't do it without the cooperation of these people that helped us, the broker, whatnot. So they understood the fact that we had a limited window. It was for the kids. So the fact that they saw that it was the what we were trying to do, they moved along, they moved in sync with us and expedited us, giving it to the kids. And so I can take some of the credit, but they're the ones that really helped us out. So, and then also the production crew, I was even in contact with them. That the people from Rani, they're very what's the word? They're really nice, and like helping us no matter how often we call them, despite little hiccups. They were like our advocate in helping it. And the fact is, they too saw the vision of what we're trying to do. We weren't trying to. It wasn't like a stage show we're putting on. It was for the kids,
Right.
and that is what I think helped. Make them go the extra mile.
Yes.
For stuff to go forward. And if there's any hiccups, they took into consideration that we're trying to do this thing, and we're just asking them just to work along with us. So big shout out to the lady from Rani Center,
Rani
the
Williams
lady from
Entertainment
GT
Center. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Party Time, Natasha, all those people really help us to really get it, because we didn't know half of what we were doing. We just a buck up. But they really so we and the thing is, we relied on their expertise, because to get mothers, it was actually the Rani people gave me mothers, because they used to they would cater for them, and the nuances and stuff like that. They were really helpful. So I'll take some of the credit, but I have to say it couldn't be possible without their input of us getting this done.
But Opal, why you don't tell them about the small world at Mother's, the person who really helped us?
Right. So she's a past graduate too of Mergrove. That's where I went, and we met her. We when we went to pay the bill, my friend met her, which is also from Mergrove, and she decided to show up. And she
Oh
was
wow.
when we were running into problem with the food. She was on the phone calling them, and then she was like explaining to us what was going on. She took over and started giving out the food. So we met another friend there out of the blues, and that was really nice. And she really helped. And in fact, because I think the order they said that it was canceled. The manager was at a funeral in St. Catherine, left the funeral in St. Catherine to come pick up the patties and brought them over to us. So
Wow.
So big
and
up
yeah,
Terry
yeah,
from Mothers, because she
mothers.
came just to volunteer and ended up, it was a good thing because she was on the phone the whole time with them, ensuring
Mhm.
that the food got there.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
big deal.
yeah,
Thank you to
yeah.
mothers. You see, and this is how things that are ordained to happen, things that are done with open hearts and
Mhm.
not looking for personal gain, but looking
Right.
to build better communities. This is how they tend to work out in a beautiful way. You're talking about individuals who have never done things. They said, I heard this years ago. God doesn't call the qualified; He qualifies the called.
Mhm.
And so
And
here it is, a group of individuals who have never done anything like this before. Well, give or take a couple of in the group, a few in the group, but OT, Joan, some of the things that you guys did, you have never done for this event. Yeah, that's a big success.
May I go run for office in Jamaica now? Okay.
yeah. Oh, and I must add, since we're on the topic of mothers, did when we told them we were doing this event, they give us a discount, a significant discount, as a part of their donation to the food. So I mean, despite the hiccups
Yes.
of the food being late, they did give us a discount, and they tried to make it up by giving us like extra patties. So it's just one of those things. But I just want to say shout out to them, because the person that I was meeting up
Liaising
with,
with. Yes.
thank you. I get nervous when I'm on the air.
I know. I
Um,
know.
yeah, he was very nice, and I mean, so despite all of that, I need to give credit where credit is due. They really stepped up, and the food, it was delicious. It was really good.
Man, listen, I have goose pimples all over again because this thing has come together so well. And from this, here you have. All right, Prezi, catch up with you later. Blessings. From this, you have something that is growing. The one event started, and the seed was planted. But I really think the seed was planted, Will, with the rallies that happened here in the state.
Yeah.
I think that was the seed that was planted. And from that was big ups Jeffrey Tavares once again. The idea of taking this to Jamaica and doing it in such a way, and to all the people involved, those that were mentioned, those that were not mentioned, that would prefer to not be mentioned, all your input, the whole thing coming together, it would not happen if you didn't do your little bit. And it is all the little bits that were done that made this such a great thing. When you have individuals like Professor Knife talking about, hey, let's do this. Give me the opportunity to talk one on one with some of these individuals, some of these children. That's a big deal because some people will never get to sit in a lecture with Professor Knife. And
You know
so,
what he also did, Kevin?
yes.
You know what he also did last night? While I was talking to him, he was he was just bubbling with enthusiasm. I mean, he was so excited about what he saw there.
Yes.
And he said, what you guys are doing, he said, there are people in Jamaica trying to do what you guys are doing. But you guys, you come here and the level that you're operating at, he said, boy, this is amazing. And he said, I have to put you in touch with some people. And he actually linked me up with some people because he's well known and you know, he's willing to share his contacts. So he said, listen, for the one that you're going to do, because I told him about the next one.
The December
He's
one.
excited about he's excited about the one coming up in December.
Mhm.
And he said, listen, I am going to be there and I'm going to give you some speakers. Not only that, he said, I'm going to give you some speakers who are educators from that community that I know. And he gave me one person and he said, call him now and tell him that I gave you his number. And I called the person
Yes.
and the person said, I am ready, I am willing, I am able to do what it is that you're asking me to do because I think it is in the best interest of the community. So we're working with that person right now. So big up to Dr. Knight, big up yourself, my brother.
Hey.
I just wanted to add to
Mhm.
Kevin, all of this is possible. Yes, we volunteer time, but this also need funding. You know,
Yes.
that's like a major thing. You know, it hence, you know, we need the support and the donation. If sometimes we say if you can't be there physically to offer your services, it's good because if we're getting out, you know, we get food, we get gifts for the children. These things, you know, is not just magically appeared. These things cost. And the beauty about it is that you could see where your donation is being spent on the event, on the stuff for the children, and then we could see the benefits of it. So I just want to drive home that point. And another thing too, I was one of the highlight was me meeting Dr. Ben because he's usually on Wednesday. I've never met him before,
Mhm,
and I've
mhm.
always seen him sitting. And I found out he's a little bit taller than me. So that was so yeah, that was you know, they were like a pleasant, you know, you always talking to somebody and see that image of them and they finally get to meet them. So that was a highlight. And he had a booth set up, you
Yes.
know, with his herbal stuff. So
Mhm,
that
mhm.
that was a good highlight for me to actually meet him.
Nice.
Oh, Opal,
Nice.
Opal, don't forget to answer. I think Kevin's question is still pending. The one he said, could you please talk about the goodies that
That we're giving
that
out.
we're giving
Yes.
out? Yeah.
Right. So we had our bath and body work stuff, gift bags, for the adults. We ordered like what's it, 150 T-shirts that we gave away.
Mhm.
Um, with the OJLDF thing in the back and the logo on the front.
Mhm.
Tons of books. I mean, we went to Staples had a sale. We couldn't bring down half of them because remember we were planning on bringing those down, but because we had to order those other book bags, I had to leave like half the books here
Hold on,
because there was
OT. I'm
uh-huh.
sorry. Hold on. Let's take this call coming in. Hold on. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
evening, Kevin True.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
evening, Rattigan. I
Good
feel like
evening.
words can't express how I feel. I was there,
Mm.
and man, I want to say big up to OT, Joan, Natasha, Prezi,
Mhm.
and everything is like it's a breath of fresh air, Kevin.
Yes.
I can't express the way I'm so happy. I went there and I tell you, Dr. Knife, the young lady for the last two the last room that girl there.
Mm-hmm.
You name it. People just have teach you.
That was
People
Sabrina.
just have teach you.
Mhm.
I just understand. I mean, I tell you, it's like say, why? Yeah, tell you, Kevin. Yeah, tell you, Ratty, and the whole entire crew. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. Mr. Word can't express how I feel. I feel so good. I'm going to tell you, guys, OT, Miss Natasha, producer John, producer John,
Mm-hmm.
those ladies, and the next lady, I don't remember her name, those ladies are really work. They know them stuff.
Yes.
They know them stuff. And Master God, Kevin, from me born till now, me never see food, so. Mighty God, where food come from, so. Kevin, me not tell you how much, after everything done, and when me a go left, me not tell you how much me can home. Me not cook today, and me not cook tomorrow. Cause me know so, me never from a foreign.
Yes.
But, me sitting over there, and anybody down here, their money, they work hard for. So me not make it twice. So me
Right.
carry him home and me give me neighbor them some. And me having in my fridge now, cause tomorrow me not cook.
Right.
Tomorrow me not
Ratty,
cook.
Miss P's a
Yeah.
bubbler. You hear me?
So tell me, was
Big up, Miss P.
But me I tell you,
Yeah.
hey,
were you
me
among
I tell
those
you, right
that you would say you left there having learned something?
me more and learn. I more than learn. I make I tell you something. When I reach and we meet and me decide then the security and Joan come and tell me my role.
Yes.
So anybody else in security has a liaison with me. So we get to park and we know we to make the vehicle and park and we park the vehicle them and tell who not to go there so and we keep them in check.
Right.
So at the gate now, me realize that people are coming, so me I say, let me try to vet some of them people here. Because I watch them and I vet them and find out if I really this so then let it come and why they reach it. So at the gate now, me see this guy and say, Captain Candy.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, good afternoon, good morning. I tell him, I see the event, you know, if I pay for going on, whatever. So I said, I really pay it's a school thing, it's a rally and we are get together and you are invited. However, we don't really sell nothing much over there. But if you want to come in, he said, yeah, man, when I come. I say, all right. But me search him, I say, all right. But me see what you have for you. Anything to declare, he say, I'll be nice. So I just take it nice.
Right.
So I say, go on and go listen why I'm taking knife. I say, when you're ready for left, you find me and get your knife. And the gentleman go in there. And he make a sale. But he say, how can I sell and start to hear the message now? And the vibes were President, he can't left. He can't left. And he stay there and he listen. And he get in like one sale and when he done, about 5 left in the evening, so he just beat way. And he said, Miss, why? A long time in a year, they must, you know, then I really saw the Constitution run. We didn't know such a Constitution run. We didn't know them are right there. So he said, I want to know how to do it again. He said, you here, man. He said, me know about, you know, let's share me with them, you know. And the man get bags, he get every little goodies where did there.
Yes.
And he said, remember, you know, he said, watch the internet and me give him Reason Rattigan, me give Mystic, me give him all of the social media, them and in just subscribe, into your phone and just start subscribing. He said, these are the things dear people and we watch.
Yes.
TVJ not telling nothing. So when you watch them people, you will learn. So when you think more, then you will understand it fully. And when knife, you see when knife hold the mic, he come to me and say, no man, the Rasta man there. I owe him. He said one time he seen him on TV, but through a TV, I really take him in. But me know say so things supposed to run. We
Right.
never know. All these things we don't know. And Kevin, let me tell you something. You see, as me tell a person, you know, if we are the presenter, then do it down to the full man understand.
Yeah.
They broke down the words so that every grassroots person, they use the proper the English language and they use the patois,
Yes.
the common patois where everybody understand.
Right.
So it's like a breath of fresh air to people's ears. Breath of fresh air. And I can tell you, Mr. Man, you know, when you do security work, if you don't work, you don't get paid. And I make sure I know work that the day there. Because I tell them, say, me, nah, go on work. I mean, you know, tell them, here, this man said, you know, say, Saturday's one of the best day. He said, me no matter. Me tell us it's like 21st of June, sun or shine, I'm not working.
Right. Right.
And me get my taxi man and tell him what time. Oh, and me jump in my car comfortable. That's my car and me come and me no regret nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. And me I tell Miss Joanne OT, get on a rest and me I tell you no, put it down. And this lady when you Anberg, me Anberg go together. So she know she have me the on the phone, they really the on them you know. When he see me, I say, Pata you? Mr. Man, he said, really you? Me say yes. And me and I did the whole time I go on and I help and I do but me I tell you. Me thank you, but OT, producer Joanne, Natasha, them the woman there. Them is more than a woman. They know if you organize a real Jamaican then I hear them man.
Yep. Yep.
No,
Yep.
they know them thing, you know. Then the other one when he and Joan,
Yes.
in like be a promoter, organizer, cause she was busy.
Yeah.
In the fit. In the dead so and by your look one so he said, do you want this so? And he said, oh, guess what? Oh, that. And he keep his finger and he moved towards it and everything doesn't fall in place. Yo, brother, it's me, them woman that me I tell you. I tell you, all the crew for St. Thomas, Hanover, St. Elizabeth, big up on yourself, St. Anne, everybody we meet them is Merle. And who know hear the name call too much out, what we big up one another and make this thing as a family. And Mr. Ratty, Morty, next one I do, we want to know, we want to organize that we who out here on the ground can take off some of the pressure off of OT them. You understand? We want to sign early and know where they can take. Me say, yo, the woman them strong and body no man. The woman them move like a soldier. Like when you move it soldier and the soldier just have to move because I know that if you don't move in life I go blow away. It just a move. And I get the things they've done and go again. But it was in the plan, yes. I Kevin's true. When we check through, then I rush it and then say, all right, no man, hold on a little bit. We go this up. Yo, the woman never body man. Anyway, guys, may I tell you, it's not like this ever happened to me.
It was good meeting.
All right, Jamaica, you wonder how I know, but I want to. We can tell you, you make President mash you up. President mash up Jamaica, then put Jamaica. President make Jamaica. President mash up Jamaica. Me I tell them, they say in one president in light like an English car can put them swift. Oh my God, Dr. Love have it, man.
Yes.
Dr. Love know where to punch it, brother.
Yes.
Dr.
Yes.
Love know where to punch it. Remember me tell you, guy, it was a good day. The kids enjoy themselves. We the older folks, we enjoy ourselves, but boy, they're not killing with food. Where food come from,
It's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Huh?
That's a good thing.
Where food come from, so? Huh? Mighty God. Anyway, guys.
I thank you, Miss P.
So,
Yes.
Jamaica, remember, so if we keep the link, you know, organize a little thing, and we want to have a little meeting, and we want we out here to be a liaison with the diaspora and whatever little thing, we just have everything locked. You understand?
Sounds good.
That sound like
Yeah,
addition.
and
That
so
sound like
on, I
growth.
will put in.
Will.
Yeah, we want to push up the thing and have a little thing, have a little meeting and find out how everybody have progress and the purpose going in the future, what we can do to, you know what I mean, do
Right.
one thing a year there too.
Right,
Because
right.
there's more people got to work, them have it hard. We have yours as well, but them even have it more harder because it's not like how we can see and make you one breadfruit and you give me. Them have to buy, and them have to go work. So we down here, we need to organize the things a little better with them and gratitude to them. Big up for themselves and me going back to class.
Thank you, Sister P. Thank you, Miss P.
Yes, it's true.
All right. Take care.
Miss P is a vibe, man. She's definitely a vibe.
Yeah. No. Let me see if we can get OT to finish up. Because thank you to the affiliates that were on up until midnight as we wrap up. OT, you were mentioning some of the things that were given away, and Will, this sound like this is how growth happens. You know, the rally connected some people here in the diaspora. Then this happened in Jamaica, and you hear it yourself, where and you'll see it in the chat where people want to be involved. People are willing to do their part, and so here comes December coming with the next event. People are already ready. You already had this one planned. You already have next April or May planned. So you know, it's just to connect the people, have the groups know what it is that their responsibilities are, and allow them to do it, and we'll grow from strength to strength. OT, I think you're unmute over there. Yes.
Thanks to Will.
Mhm.
Thanks to Will, he was the one that donated the tablets. So, not to be overlooked. It was one of his contributions. For the kids to have the tablets, and hopefully the one that comes in December, we're planning on hopefully giving out some more.
Right. So there were tablets,
Thank
there
you,
were
Will.
book bags, there was
Yeah,
books,
T-shirts,
stationery,
exactly.
Phone
um,
cards.
personal care
And
products,
phone cards, and
phone
and
cards,
also have
with gift
the
cards
gas card.
from
And
Island
we had,
Grill.
and,
Mm-hmm.
phone
we
cards,
also
and gas cards.
and we also
And
had vouchers for food.
mm-hmm.
Meals.
So
Yep,
meal vouchers,
from
gas
Island
cards,
Grill.
phone
Yeah.
cards,
Mm-hmm.
stationery, book bags, tablets.
Bath and Body Works
T-shirts.
products.
T-shirts.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Missy Bram Bram. You made 4 people happy. That's all I'm gonna say.
And this is the result of a bunch of people who don't know a bunch of people coming together to help a bunch of people.
Correct.
Right.
So Kevin, I want to say something about everybody call him Will, but me calling me the Junior Ratty. He does not understand the power that he has and the people that he knows. And we went to pick up money from one particular person, won't say the name, and him said, me not do this, me not give money to things like this, but you see, once Will call, me have to give it.
Mm.
And him double the
Right,
amount
right.
that he had told Will him was gonna
Right.
give,
Yes.
and him double the amount. The amount of people that will start calling, and them as soon as them mention it, them said, don't say no more how much. And
Wow.
what
Right.
them can give, them give. So he doesn't understand the
Right.
power. He doesn't understand what he's doing for people. He's giving people hope. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
yes.
Right.
He had me up until midnight, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I won't do. The only person who will do that for is Tigo and my children. And and he just have us because we see his vision, we feel his vision, and we love his vision. So, you know,
Right.
big up to Ratty Wilford Rattigan Jr. or whatever names you
Right.
want to call him.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
President call him the fearless leader.
Mm.
Um,
Right.
he has done so much in a short time
Yes.
that no one can
Right.
imagine. So enough love and
Right.
respect to him. I bow to you.
But you know what
Let me
it
tell
is?
you this. Yeah, Kevin.
You know one
Let
of
me
the
tell you
things it
this.
is, Joan? It is a bunch of people having the same kind of vision, but here it is someone that has put that vision into practice and knows the things to do to let a thought become an action. So we think about wanting to help out children. We think about wanting to hold officials accountable. We think about wanting something to be better. Here it is, Will came along and said, boy, you know, here's what you can do. All right, let me try this. And here we have someone kind of adding some legs to our thoughts without any sense of personal gain. That's the biggest part. And
Kevin,
Will, we thank you for that too.
well, Kevin, let me tell you something. It's like I was in a group once, all men. I was in a group once with all men, and you know, it failed. And a lady spoke to me after that thing. And she said, you know, you need to surround yourself with, you need to surround yourself with some strong women.
Mm.
Because she said, the issues that you'd have with strong and weak men around, you won't have those issues with women. Because women are focused,
Right.
women are driven,
Yes.
women are not led by egos. They're led by the success of the project they're working on.
Mm.
And they don't care how it gets done, or they don't care who gets the credit, provided it gets done.
Right,
And I'm
right, right.
telling you, I'm eternally grateful to these two strong women around me. They don't, them push me. Believe me, Kevin, them push me around. And them plan, and them do all kinds of things. I'm listening to some of the plans, I'm not listening to all of them, but listen to some of them. But you know, sometimes when you know them plan, you can't figure out what the plan is, but you say, from them two year call me, you know, them know say them plan something. And the
Right.
way them do it, because they have two distinctly different personalities. Like Joan has a soft approach. Joan will just say, "Hey, Junior, why you know, can you do this?" And I'm gonna say, "Yeah, yeah, Joan, yeah, yeah, yeah." I mean, no, we should tell me go do it now, but she would just say, can you just do it?" I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah, man, no problem." Opal on the other hand, no, Opal is
She
Opal is
demanded.
like Opal will say, Opal will say, "Hey, you need to make that call, and you make the call no." I'm gonna say, "Yeah, but I'll do it tomorrow." I said, "No, no, no. You need to do it now." Jonah does make it seem like, oh, you have all the time in the world, but Jonah come back. Jonah come back in short order.
Yes.
And Jonah come back and Jonah come back and she have the soft shoe approach, you know.
Right,
Opal
right.
have a kick in at that. Opal have a kick in at the butt. Opal no waste no words. You know, waste no time. The two of them no waste no time, but it's two different approach.
Right, right.
Two different approaches. But you know what? I'm very, very thankful because you know what? I tell you, when like I said to you, 2 weeks before the event, we never have the money.
Mm-hmm.
We have some money, but we never have enough. And I said to them, listen, we'll get the money. Don't worry about it. And believe me, it's one of the best things I could have said to them, and it's one of the worst things I could have said to them because every day, do you know what? I had a list of about 60 people now for calling for money,
Mm-hmm.
and then make sure somebody make the calls and every day. We're on the phone for hours,
Yeah.
hours. But one of the things that I'm most grateful for these women, they're considerate, they're kind, they're loving, they're resourceful, very resourceful. Because you know what they did, Kevin? They never have to go to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to go to Jamaica. And I didn't, and it wasn't something that I planned with them. Them just said, listen, we're going down there and we're going to make sure everything is tightened up and we're going to be doing this and we're going to be doing that. I'm said, whoa.
Yeah.
And I was taken aback.
Yeah.
And then when they got there, they started giving me like daily reports. Okay, we need you to do this, we need you to do that. So it was like they were telling me because Natasha was there, but Natasha and I we never really have a relationship because Natasha was dealing with them.
Right.
So what would happen is that they would liaise with Natasha and they would say, okay, you need to call this person, you need to pay this person, you need to do this, you need to call Bone Man for the shipment, you need to. So it was kind of nice having them, not kind of, it was very nice having them there
Mm-hmm.
because then they could direct traffic as far as I'm concerned. Because then, you know, they'd reach out to me and say, you need to do this, you need to do that. And even though they were far away, believe me, because of the technology called telephone,
Yes.
it was almost as if they were here because me hear them in my ears, me, in my ears, every day. Them say, them say, hey, you do this? I'm saying, no. What I did was, I said, I didn't do it. Let me do it right now while you're on the phone and do it because them know once we get on the phone, I'll get a million phone calls and I'll get distracted and then they'll call later on and the thing, whatever it was, the task wouldn't get completed. So they made sure they stood on top of me and ladies, I can't tell you how much um, gratitude I feel to have both of you in my lives. And I promise them that all the projects going forward, Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to get easier because similar to what, or in the same vein as what Ms. P was saying, the communities now are going to shoulder much of the burden. So these two ladies will have less, but less in the sense that the lifting, the heavy lifting. But I'm sure the communities will reach out to them for guidance because you hear what Opal says. She feel like now she can produce a stage show or
Right.
some kind of entertainment thing, right? Because of the experience she's gotten out of this. So both ladies, let me tell you again, big up to both of you. And just so you know, it's gonna get easier for you going forward because the communities are now gonna be involved. But you're still gonna have some work to do. And because you still have work to do, I know I'm gonna still have work to do because never kill me. You
It's
know
all
that.
right. You
So
you you live for that. So that's you're trying to. I don't know what you're trying to say right now. You live for that. We have a caller again. Miss P, is this you again?
Yeah, man, I'm here again.
Yeah. Real
All
quick.
right. I come up with a plan. I want Jamaica. Jamaica is there?
Yeah, he's still here.
Yeah. When we are come up with the Jamaica, the diaspora them come and then give we in our group need, remember, they live as far and then get steel yam, steel this, steel that. We want them to tell we in time that we can provide them with things that is here, fresh and nice, but things where they can carry through. We don't want things when they got here, but they say it can't go. So we want to present them with something when they go home back. They can have, if a cane, they can have piece of cane feet where come real from Jamaica when not no spray pan.
Right,
And
right.
any little thing where we can afford as appreciation. And we are going me know what me I gonna do. Me want to make a plaque. I want to make some plaques and be presenting to them personally. One for OT, one for Joan, one for Natasha, one for everybody. So if anything, make we come as a group out here, we will little much and make them print their name and that's when they carry home, then put in their living room and then look upon it and say, this. Yeah, me not surprise them. Me not surprise them. No, man, me not surprise business. Me I tell them that's where they. That is. All right.
All right. Thank you, Miss P. Thank you. Thank
All
you.
Hey,
Right.
Prezi,
Yes, and we are me so.
Yeah.
Kevin, one last thing, right?
Yes. Thank you, Miss P.
Saturday night, man, who OT said we not do this again. It's gonna take another year or two that we're gonna do it. By the next day when Ratty come out with it, we already start planning. We forget everything we said about in another 2 years we think about doing it again.
Well, there's no stopping you now.
when we start talking to Joan, we say, well, OT there? Come on, bring her. She said, OT must be down at the beach. They say, all right, we'll catch her later. And then OT hear the plan. OT start, OT is a trooper. And she have put up her like defenses, them and attack. Like, so she now what we got. They say, no man, we have no, but the next one plan out already, So this morning, me and her had a long conversation and explained to her exactly how it gonna go. And then OT now, it's real true for her, Kevin. She start challenge me now and tell me that anybody who serve food must have a food handler's permit. I better make sure we better have insurance. And she start planning things with me. And I said to myself, I want them OT realize what she do. So she start planning.
Did you know what you were doing, OT?
We got bamboozled in it, like SpongeBob says. SpongeBob says, I said no, but a few minutes later.
You were a hoodwink. Let us pray.
The very next morning, we didn't even breeze off from one event. It was like next date and everything done set already. And I'm like, when did this happen?
That's how it goes.
You know?
That's how it goes. That's how it
No,
goes.
sir. Yeah.
Well, listen.
But Kevin,
Yeah.
we had one big conversation this morning because she had tell me until we all start look up the regulations for food handlers and what the requirements of permit and things. And I said to myself, Opal I tell myself she want a break and I said, but she not realize that she actually have planned this with me now because she had tell me say yes. Because she said we have to make sure we get the insurance and we have to make sure say we get this from the Ministry of Health and we have to make sure we do this and I said, go on with it, go on. And she realized me I egg around and I said, but no man, they're not doing it away. I said, yes. She start then cross with me now. Mr. Cross, but no, they don't need no permit. She said, what do you mean? No, they must get a permit. And we must have insurance because if people get sick, I want Jamaica legal defense fund. I'm say, yes, go on with it.
All right. I'll pick up the rake now.
Too late.
Too late.
Listen, you guys, I want to thank you for the tireless work that you've been putting in. I don't know why they call it tireless because it is really tiring, but yeah, push through in a mighty. We already know that Will doesn't sleep. He gets rest when he blinks. We know that.
So now we don't sleep.
Well, y'all decided that you want to be infected.
No, Kevin, another thing I have to tell you, Kevin. I call these women all hours of the night and morning, and I must tell you, Kevin, them don't reject the call. They're very patient with me because when I get an idea, Kevin, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I will say, boy, I'll call Joan, But call Joan, and Joan answer the phone. Joan is sleeping, and Joan for find the time to talk to me. We wake up OT many times. Many times. And sometimes I feel so sorry, come here, chat. I'm just like, Opa, go and go sleep. Me catch you in the morning. And she say, yeah. And 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, a few hours later, it's me a call OT again and OT. And they never refuse a call from me. Never.
Yeah, man.
So,
Big ups to Jonah and OT. Before I shut this all down, I managed to get a hold of the one and only, the man himself, the one with the prescription, Dr. Love. Bridget.
Big up yourself, Dr. Love.
Yeah.
Dr. Love, greetings, man.
Nice meeting you, Dr. Love.
Blessed everyone, blessed love.
This event on Saturday, what was it like for you?
Well, I wouldn't say it is strange for me because I used to do stuff like that. So first thing first, I love to get together, meet some people where I couldn't put a face to their names, and finally I met some of them.
Right.
Was looking forward to see both you and Rattigan, but I guess that's gonna have to be another time.
It will be another time.
Yes. And it was, trust me, it was excellent. And I have to say hats off to Prezi and Jamaica.
Yes.
They take charge. Trust me.
Yes.
they take charge and represent. Guys, I never know Prezi can DJ.
Mm.
Massa, Prezi said, Dr. Love, give me the answer. Give me the answer.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Prezi shine. No, I lie. Prezi shine. Trust it.
Right.
But
So-
Dr.
And,
Love, you was dropping 2 foot too. You was dancing back there, man.
Well, it's music, you know, and I do something what I love, so me can't just dead it, so you can't play music and just stand up, so you know, me have to get mad.
So let me ask you this, Dr. Love. You're on board
Yes,
for the next event come December?
Well, if I'm in the country.
Got you.
But Kevin,
I'm
what
in the
Dr.
country, I'll
Love
be
now
there.
said, or what Rattigan said, we called Dr. Love at a late time to ask him
Sure.
something, you know? And he
Mm.
didn't even hesitate, right, Ratty?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And I was going to ask you how you got involved too, you know. I was going to ask you, but now I know. It's Rebel fault.
Well, rebel. Guess what, Kevin? I was gonna go there, you know, without my console and everything. We just wanna go enjoy myself
Right.
and meet people.
Yes, yes.
And out of the blue, Rattigan called me in the middle of the night.
Mm. That's the time when he's most active. He's that nocturnal
Yeah.
creature.
Middle, you know, miggle.
But the thing is, once Rattigan call,
Yes.
I have to come running.
Mm.
Believe me.
Appreciate it.
Trust me, man. Because
The only thing,
even if
the
I
only
was,
thing, you know,
even if I was, hold on, Ratty, even if I was slated to do something, would have to put it back
Mm.
because
I
Rattigan
appreciate
call.
it.
That's a big.
Kevin.
That's big.
Kevin,
Yeah,
me say, the night before or couple nights before, Dr. Love mash up a venue in Amandeville, you know. Me say mash it up bad, you know. So we call him. The only thing he said to me, I can't remember him say real big man thing, you know, right? Him say, me coming up and me bring my controller, you know, but me say, we tell him that somebody else might have to use it. Him say no, and then mash up him thing. Him say, the first time he seen somebody I hit the keys them hard, he must stop it.
Yeah, we take a certain kind of pride in our equipment. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
But
Me no run, Kevin. Me no run that joke there with the DJs coming expect to use other people's stuff.
yes.
I don't believe in that. But for example, if you're a carpenter and you get a job to build a house
Mm-hmm.
or even a cabin, you don't go borrow a tool. You don't have to invest in your craft and have
Right.
your own a tool.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to walk
Yeah.
with just your hammer and let your saw
Correct. Well,
Yeah.
walk with your own equipment. That's what I believe in.
Well, I thank you for the effort that you put out and put in to make this event what it was, because your contribution did help with making it what it was. And here comes an event coming up again in December. If you can be there, awesome. If you can't be there, we know you'd want to. And
Where is that going to be?
to be announced.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
You
Well, as if
you
you're
like it.
available,
Though.
I will.
Yeah. All right. So much respect, Dr. Love. Thank you for taking the time out to join us. Reconnection team, and that's how I'll address you. Thank you for the long nights, the endless nights, the early mornings, the tiresome days to make what happened on Saturday happen, and to spur on, to ignite this new flame where people are excited in learning about the Constitution, in learning about their rights, in learning about how they can have a voice as it relates to Jamaica and being Jamaicans. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna allow you to have parting words. OT, we keep interrupting you with calls coming in and things. So I don't know you're the one who would be speaking the least. So I will let you part with your words first.
Well, all I can say was that this, you never know if you can accomplish something and unless you're actually in it.
Yes.
And I never imagined doing anything like this. I knew that after I was done with school, I wanted to help out Jamaica, but you want it to be impactful. You just don't want to just do something and it just evaporate. You need it to be substantive and for generations to benefit from it. And how else people are going to benefit is through education. Giving them food for one day, they're going to be hungry by evening,
Yes.
right? If you
Yes.
feed the mind, then the family can benefit. And this how people help themselves out of poverty is through education. And this is one of the things that attracted me, to OJLDF, educating the people, for them to see what is wrong. They've been diagnosed with so many, the symptoms walking around, what's going on, but they're yet to be diagnosed what the problem is. And until they do, they can't get the cure. So I just want to be, a part of that. And I said, when I was done with school, this is something that I would love to do. I didn't know the extent of my involvement. I was just content with just making my donation, standing by the sideline. But when I saw the need was there, I stepped up. So that's what I would encourage people to do. Everybody have different talents. You put it together, it could work. Everybody have strength and weaknesses, and we'll complement each other. So
Yes.
whatever you can. That's
Yes.
my parting words.
Thank you. Dr. Love, since you're on the phone, right here too.
Well, OT says it all,
Mm.
And as I said before, it's a good initiative, and I know it's gonna good for Jamaica because
Yes.
a lot of people, including myself, don't know much about the Constitution, and I've learned quite a few things since Saturday.
Yes.
So it's a good look. It's a good look, and as I said before, second time around, if I'm available, I'll be there.
Awesome. People, y'all can catch Dr. Love on a Saturday night. On a Sunday morning, midnight, on Reggae Global Radio. He does a fantastic job. He takes the baton from Will when he does his relax with the rebel. From from 10 to midnight on a Saturday. So, much love, Dr. Love. Much love, much love.
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right. Producer Joan.
Blessings, yes. Kevin, I've done so many things in my very short life of 25.
25 again.
Hey, I'm running with it. I am running with it. But this is one of the most impactful things that I would say that I ever got involved with. And thank you, Ratty, for allowing me to be a part of this journey, because it's a journey I will never forget. And one of my favorite African proverbs, Ratty, me, I'm African proverb, them. If you think you're too small to make a difference, you've never spent a night with a mosquito. And I think we all can make a difference. And through the foundation, through what we do, even the smallest things, make a difference in somebody's life. Because even some of the kids, when they saw the bouncy house, I think they've never been on one before, and that's why they didn't want to get out of it, even after it deflated, but that's a different story. But I'm crazy, but I'm thanking you, Will, for taking me on this journey with you. And Kevin, in the mornings, me listening to you making your porridge on a Saturday. Grit and the nutmeg. This is something that I'm not looking for out. Like, sometimes you do things and it's hard and you say, boy, I can't get out of this. It's actually something I'm looking forward to keep falling, tripping over myself, trying to get right. So thank you all for this journey and for making me a part of it. I feel blessed.
Awesome. Thank you. Jamaics.
Okay, thank you. And just like Miss Joan, I'm thankful as well. I'm thankful for the inclusion, for being a part of this journey. monumentous moment on Saturday. I definitely see it as a success. The people were very, very receptive of it,
Mm-hmm.
and they were very appreciative of it. And as the Persian poet Rumi said, start your flame, and start your fire and seek those who fan your flames. And the fire has been started, and for those who volunteered, they came and they fanned the flames, and we had a successful day. So I want to say major respect to everybody who came out, who played their part, and those who came out and just to enjoy the moment. We appreciate every single one of you, and big up again to the OJLDF family
Mm-hmm.
to think of it and actually made it happen. We look forward to seeing the next event and enjoying again with family members. So big up
Yes.
and good night and blessing.
Blessings, blessings, man. And I think the older person left is you, Rebel.
Yeah, man. As Jamaica said, start the fire and see who fan the flames. And I tell you, this vision that we talk about is a collective vision. It's not just one person coming up with the idea. It's a lot of people, a lot of discussion, a lot of interaction. And um, out of those interactions, ideas spring forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good. But you have to realize your dreams. You just can't keep on dreaming, keep on dreaming, keep on dreaming. And that's what I like about, not like, this is what I love about this group, is that once I come up with an idea, once they come up with an idea, whoever comes up with the idea,
Mm-hmm.
we can look at it. We can look at it from different angles. We can talk about it, but we don't talk about it for long periods because there's work to be done, and we
Right.
realize that. And then we say, okay, all right, this is what we have. And another thing about this group, we're not afraid of making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
We're not. And we just said, this is what we're going to do. And if we make a mistake, that's fine. We'll learn from this mistake because we can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. We
Yes.
can't sit around and trying to make it perfect. Meanwhile, people are suffering and they're in dire need of the education that we have, and we want to share with them, and we want to empower them, and we want to encourage them, and we want to inspire them. We can't sit here and make it perfect, and it will never be because you know why? We are imperfect.
Yes.
So we get it to a point where we say, all right, let's get it out there and let's see what happens. And when we make our mistakes, and believe me, we made some mistakes on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
but they weren't fatal mistakes. And they're
Right.
mistakes that will only improve our message as we move forward. And so what in terms of the planning for the second one and the third one, I know deep in my heart, Joan and OT, right? Because I'm close to those two women. Right? I know deep in my heart, they knew that there was another one coming. And they knew that there was one after that coming. They knew. They knew.
Well,
They
if
were
the
in
rally taught
denial
us
to say
anything,
that.
if the rallies
Yes.
taught us anything,
We knew, but we never didn't know how soon.
They knew they were in denial, man. But it was a slight denial because I know 90% of them say, 90% of their thought process say, yes, it's coming. And when the call come, them say, all right, 10% will say it's not gonna happen. But 90% say it's not gonna happen. So them hear it is like them say, okay, here we go. But you know what? What we're trying to do is to provide Jamaica with the fishing skills. We're not trying to give Jamaica a fish.
mm-hmm.
We're trying to provide because and there are lots of fisher folks there. Lots of fisher folks. They just need the opportunity, and that's what we're trying to create an opportunity to say, okay, here's what we have. We're bringing all of this education, and we're bringing and all. Another thing is that you have to have attractions too. You have to say, okay, bring the kids, and here's what the award will be. They have to pay attention. They have to listen. They have to answer correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from that, people start saying, wait a minute, if I want a prize, just think about how children think, right? A child says, hey, if I want a prize, then I have to pay attention and I have to do this and I have to do that. But that memory, and that effort of trying to pay attention and to listen and to answer correctly, that is going to live with them for a long time. And that's all we want. We just want a spark, fan the flame, No, start your fire and people fan the flame, right? And see who
Mm-hmm.
fan the flame.
Mm-hmm.
We want to start that spark in our children. And what we're hoping is that the community will make that into a beautiful flame. So we start and we move. We start and we move. But when we move, we're saying to the community, continue to fan the flame.
Yes.
Continue to fan the flame.
Well, people,
Yes, sir.
thank you, Will, thank you, Reconnection team. Um, this has been quite the beginning of a new journey, and I look forward to trotting on and having more wonderful experiences, two the full even because one not enough. And as we part company tonight, those who are locked in, those who are still here with us on YouTube, big ups to, what's the name of the shipping company? We didn't mention the name of the shipping company. What's the name of the shipping company?
You remember John?
Um,
Yeah,
no.
ENW.
ENW. Yeah.
Out of Maryland.
ENW in Maryland. Yeah.
Well, big ups to ENW out of Maryland. Big ups to the Excelsior Biscuit Company. Big ups to Mothers. All helped with making this event a success.
Ink Me Group, Kevin, the ones who did the T-shirt overnight.
Mhm.
Ink Me Group.
Ink Me, okay.
INKMI
Mm-hmm.
Group.
Ink Me,
Delroy
yes.
Ellis, aka Eli. Big up your damn self. You came true for us.
Yes.
Also, we have to big up Mr. Boomva V.
With the
Because he
idea.
carried the Mr. He carried the live from Jamaica
Jamaica Walk by.
Jamaica Walk by.
And Jamaica
So
Walk by
Jeffrey,
as
big
well.
up yourself,
Yeah.
Jeffrey. Big up yourself.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And blessings to Jamaica Walk by. Unfortunately, we couldn't get to have him with us tonight, but I'll catch him on another time. And G Angel, let's not leave her out. Merle, let's not leave her out. Miss P, I'm leaving somebody. Elaine, Dorrit,
Andrea Burke.
Andrea Burke.
Missy Brom because she contributed in a big way. She made 4 people very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Mr. White. And then there's an anonymous donor that was in the volunteer group. I don't know if he wants to be mentioned, but shout out to him because he was working in a silo, sort of like trying to raise funds. Mm-hmm. So and I've been in contact with him. So shout out to him. He'll know who he is.
And
Let
so
me just say shout out.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Will.
No, just want to say shout out to that individual who gave us that big donation, but just wanted to remain anonymous, and we'll keep it that way. And another big shout out to another big donor, the one that Joan and OT met with, who would like to remain anonymous, and all the other people would like to remain anonymous. We're going to keep it that way.
Yeah.
We're going to get some names. The problem with trying to big up the people who make the donation is that there's so many.
You always leave somebody out.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So it's easy to say.
Thanks to everybody.
Yeah. Including the people who want to remain anonymous.
But Ratty, you gotta big up again the 86-year-old Clement,
who was on Merle's bus.
86 years old, and he was there for the whole day. And wife packing my good lunch.
Yes.
But big up to Clement.
I get to understand he was on Merle's Mandeville bus. So, yeah, big ups. And Dr. Love, thank you again.
Big up Mr. Cardinal. Mr. Cardinal was
don't leave out the peace officers, you know.
Yes.
The peace officers.
Yes.
We did that.
And the folks on the ambulance, they were there.
Yes.
The grounds crew that came over at the Rani Center, they didn't have to, but they really helped us and then getting the place ready, for the next day, because we were supposed to have everything removed the same day. That was one of the stipulations of having it on that day. So big up to them as well.
And also the sanitary crew
Yes.
that were manning the porta potties. Big up to
GT,
them.
yeah, GT Production and Terry from Mothers.
Mm-hmm.
You saved the day with the food. Thank you. Big up to Terry.
Yes, and of course, although it was a paid venue, thanks to Ranny Williams Entertainment Center.
Yes.
Thank you
Miss
very
Molly.
much.
And Kevin, we need 3 more hours to do some more big ups.
Yes.
And now I got him tonight. Catch reason with Rattigan on Saturday.
So big up to everybody, and it's been wonderful talking. Have a good night.
Good night.
Take care, everybody.
Blessings
to
all.
those in the chat as well.
And
Rattigan
Right,
can do a
guys.
presentation for Saturday, a slide with just all the names.
right? And as I normally say as we part company, look out for members of your community. Your community is not just the development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community. Do something good for them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Stew. This is how I like to do it to you, for you, and with you. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, right here, the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. And on Saturdays, you catch me on a number of things. You catch me with Reason with Rattigan. You catch me with the Saturday Stew. Listen, much love. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world. Be good. If you can't be good at it. Take care. Until next time. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune into the night shift with